A wedding photography checklist is one of the most important things that you can have as a beginner, intermediate, or advanced photographer. Some people just know off the top of their heads, but still having that checklist for each wedding is key to getting the shots and the photos that you want. In this video, I'm going to tell you why you need a photography checklist. Hey, what's up? What's going on? What's good? It's your boy Dowayne bringing out another video. If you don't know, I'm a wedding photographer based out of Fort Myers, Florida. For the first portion of this, let's talk about prep photos or getting dressed. Now, I've had several clients say that they don't want getting ready and or prep photos, but then turn around regret that they didn't do it, and I always recommend to my couples to get those photos. Let's start with the bride. With the bride, you want to get fake up shots. You don't want to get shots of her and she's sitting over there and eating a sandwich or a salad or anything like that. Nah, wait till she get her makeup done, or while she's getting her, the finishing touches of her makeup being done, you get those glam shots and you get those fake up shots. A fake up shot is essentially the bride getting her makeup done. Her makeup's already done. They just, faking like they doing certain things. You gotta brush up to a lip, or, like a brush on the cheek or something like that. Nah, I'm a male, so I normally don't stay in the room while the bride is, getting dressed or changing or anything, so I always excuse myself out of the room. For the bride, again, fake up shots, glam shots, and then turn around, you ask either the mom, the bride, or the maid of honor for the bride's rings, earrings, necklaces that she might wear, a family heirloom that she might have, shoes, perfume, bouquet, and a garter, and you get all those detailed shots of all of that stuff. You could do flat lay with it. Some people don't do flat lay. From what I've been seeing, a lot of people have been getting creative with the shoes and the rings, and not too many people have been doing flat lay, but trust me, get what you need first and then do all the creative stuff. Once the bride is done and she's changed into her robe or whatever, you get those photos of her and her girls, let them hype her up. It's the bride's wedding day, and she needs to feel that the people around her are excited for her. So do little things, like talk to them, get them all to laugh, get them all to sit there and just stare at her. Don't make it awkward, is what I'm trying to say. The groom and the groomsmen normally only take about 30 minutes to get ready, so you can just fly on over to them, getting ready shots of the groom. For the groom, you can do a jacket, a tie, cufflinks if he has cufflinks, a watch, shoes again. And don't forget the cologne. Now with the groomsmen, getting ready photos, you can get the groom, you get him and his best man putting on his jacket, him putting on his shoes, him tying his tie, or somebody helping him tie his tie, his dad putting on his garter, or anything of the sort. Just make sure you get those detailed shots of the groom and the groomsmen. The groomsmen, you can get them while they having a beer, taking shots, or sitting outside smoking cigars. Or now some couples do a first look. If your couple does a first look, this will knock out a lot of photos beforehand. If the bride and groom do a first look, you can knock out a lot of photos with the bride and groom before the ceremony. Like, you could literally do their entire portrait session before the ceremony if they do a first look. I recommend doing a first look. A lot of my couples have chosen to not do a first look in the past couple of months, and they want to let their fiance or in that moment husband look at them as they walk down the aisle. There's nothing wrong with that. For a more emotional and for a more intimate setting with just the bride and groom, I definitely recommend a first look. Now, after doing the first look, especially because sometimes the bridesmaids and groomsmen will all be there. So what you could do is you could do bridal party photos right after, so that way after the ceremony, you don't have to worry about bridal party photos. You go right into doing family photos after the ceremony because you've already taken care of the bridal party photos. For the ceremony, you want to get detailed shots of the ceremony area before people start to show up and arrive. Do it as quick as you can, but do it as accurate as you can. Now, some of the most important shots for the ceremony, besides just that general area, is people walking down the aisle. Don't forget to get those aisle shots, i.e. the groom walking down the aisle, whether he's walking with a grandparent or his mom or his dad. Also, the brides, maids, and groomsmen, as they walk down the aisle, make sure you get those shots as well. Oh, and don't forget to get those grandparents if they're walking by themselves. Them aunts and uncles, those nieces and nephews. The daughters and nieces are typically the flower girls. The son and or sons and nephews are typically the ring bearers. So make sure you get those shots as well. Another important shot is when the bride is walking down the aisle and she stops right there, and a brother or the dad or the granddad is handing her off to the groom. So make sure you get that. Don't forget those exchanging vows and ring shots, as well as that kiss after they say I do. Now, you have some officiants that will get out of the way, and I appreciate all those officiants that do that. But some of the officiants just stand there and then they look at you like you crazy, and then they'll be like, oh. But regardless of the fact, man, don't forget to get that I do kiss shot, or don't forget to get that you may now kiss your bride shot. In this section of it, we're gonna talk about portraits. We've already talked about bridal party photos if they do a first look. If they don't do a first look and you have time to do bridal party photos, cool. If they do it. For the couple's portraits, if there's golden hour, take advantage of it. Use a flash, use natural light. Some couples like dark and moody. Some couples like light and airy. Some couples like flash photography. That's just something you'll have to discuss with them beforehand, and make sure you discuss that with them. Don't want to be like the sepia tone people, or you don't want to, like me, for instance. I did an elopement at the beach and I used flash. Couple hired me. They knew I was a flash photographer in the beginning of it, and turn around, they didn't like the photos. But then when I told them it was going to be in a magazine, they loved it. So it's nothing you could do about it, and it was just crazy at the time. Now, for the family formals, you get siblings, parents, grandparents, nieces, nephews, immediate family. Those photos typically don't take long, as long as you have a photo checklist and you have names of everybody, if you can get names of everybody that needs to be in those photos directly. Now let's talk about the reception. For the reception, you want to make sure you get that grand entrance of the bridal party coming in, the bride and groom coming in. Once they're announced in, you want to get those dances, those very intimate dances, the first dance specifically of the bride and groom, and then you want to get the parent dances. Now, sometimes it's not always a parent dance. It's either a brother dancing with the bride. If you can, have a list of people who are going to be doing speeches. Get it, and then have them, if possible, stand beside the bride and groom's table while they're doing their speeches. It makes it a whole lot easier on you, because you're not, let's say, the person standing off to the side, or they're back over by the DJ or something. Now you have to turn, take a shot, turn back to the bride and groom, get their reaction. Have them stand as close as possible to the bride and groom, if possible. I've had, in the past couple of months, I've had private cake cuttings where my bride and grooms, they don't cut the cake in front of everybody. Everybody's partying and mingling, and they are off cutting the cake. Now, sometimes they'll do cake cutting right in front of everybody. Make sure you're in an area where you could get the angle that you want for the cake cutting. The bouquet toss. So make sure you're standing in front of the bride and groom when they do the bouquet and garter toss, because you know they'll call up all the single ladies and all the guys. And then, last but not least, dance floor and just party. So the dance floor is just full of candid moments with the bride and groom dancing and acting and just having fun. They drunk, they with their family, they with their friends, and just having a good night. They celebrating a very special day. So make sure you get those candid moments as well, and make sure you have a flash on top of your camera. All right? And make sure you understand how to use that flash for receptions. If I got any couples watching, let me know your must-have shots down below in the comments. And for all my photographers and videographers, let me know if I missed anything from the shot list. I'm working on a free wedding checklist guide. So at the end of this video or down in the description, you'll see a link and you'll probably be able to download it. If it's not down there, it's being worked on. But by the time this video goes live, I might have it done already. With that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get up out. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell so you get notified when I upload another video, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Don't forget, my name is Dowayne. I'm a wedding photographer based out of Fort Myers, Florida. I run a company called D-Rich Junior Media, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.